Hey, good evening, ladies and gents. Ryan here from Mista Rau's Gaming. And it's good to be back live on a Tuesday night. Yeah, I took last week off. Was a little bit busy, got a little bit double booked, and didn't figure I can get the stream in. So we're back tonight, and it's Halloween. Happy Halloween to everybody that decides to celebrate and whatnot. If you got kids, hopefully they're in bed and getting, coming down off that sugar high if that's what they are into and whatnot. I know our kids were very, very excited for us tonight. They got quite the haul, and so I'm really looking forward to applying the dad tax, if that makes any sense. Got my fingers in there already, and thank you for everybody that's already starting to join us tonight here. Looks like we've got Danny in the chat here. Welcome, Danny, and of course, as always, we've got Vincent in the chat here. Yes, the dad tax. I always have to apply the dad tax on the candy because got a sweet tooth. I think I already had a couple Tootsie Rolls and some of those caramel cubes and whatnot, and a pack of Rockets I've already gotten in there. So yeah, it's already been really, really, really good. Oh my goodness, what's been happening on the channel as of late? And there's a few things have been starting to trickle their way into the collection. Got a funny story. So I got a copy of Guild Academies of Valeria in the mail just the other day, which we will be playing next week on the channel. And I had backed this Kickstarter, and when I opened up the box, but I also realized that I also backed an expansion for one of the other Valeria kingdoms as well at the same time, but my box did not contain it. So I messaged Daily Magic Games, David over there, and I said, hey, I think I'm missing one of my rewards. And he says, oh, okay, I'll take a look into it. And then not too long later, about the next day, he says, oh, there's been a little mix-up. Your rewards are still coming, but that's a review copy of Guild Academies of Valeria for you to take a look at. So I'm like, oh. Well then, I'm gonna have a copy of Guild Academies already coming, and now I have this review copy that I'm gonna get to play on the channel as well. So I'll thank you very much to Daily Magic Games sending that my way. So it was a very nice surprise to hear that. So and there's some of the other things that have been kind of trickling in. Oh, I got my Oathsworn. It's just up here. Where is it? There it is. Oathsworn. I got my upgrade kit to upgrade the first edition Oathsworn into the second edition. So there's a nice, neat little box for that. Apiary from Stonemaier Games just came in as well. That's going to be featured coming up in November on the channel as well. And then I've also kicked off my series of the Pandemic System games that I'm going to be featuring on Thursdays coming out this for the next little while here as I play through the not pandemic games, but the games that are using the pandemic system that they're advertised. So last week I released the video on the Reign of Cthulhu, so pandemic Cthulhu-ish. This week we got the Star Wars Clone Wars pandemic system game, and then we got Rising Tide, we've got Iberia, we've got Fall of Rome, we've got World of Warcraft. We've got all of these games that are coming in that use that pandemic system and are advertised with it. So I'm really looking forward to playing those and showing those off and everything like that. The last game of Pandemic System was fun. Thanks, Vincent, for that one. That one was really, really close, and I had to actually look back at my BG stats, and that was my first loss of Reign of Cthulhu, but it was also my first time playing with 3 characters and not just solo 2 characters. I tried it up it with a little bit of 3 characters. Play. And welcome to the stream, Tyler, as always, as well. You come on a regular around here, Tyler. He says hello and happy Halloween. Happy Halloween, Tyler. Hopefully everything is going well and everybody's staying safe and having fun with all of that. Well, I'm not going to be chit-chatting too much and everything. I'm going to be doing the top-down view for the game we're tonight, which is Arkham Horror, the 3rd edition, because this game does have a tendency to go a little bit on the long side. So I'm going to hopefully get hopping into that gameplay relatively soon. I do have to thank, though, everybody that has been supporting the channel as of late, especially those ones that are using my Ko-fi link. I have to big shout out to Vincent here. I think Vincent's become the top donator of the channel here so far, so he gets his own special shout out. He's been very generous in a couple of his donations towards the channel and hopefully helping everything out. Danny has also done some donations as well to the channel that's in here. Dan Nixon, he's donated them. Ryan Espin, Maurice Andrews Jr. You folks have all helped out the channel quite a bit. That you actually helped me in a little device that I am now currently using in my videos and my streams, and that is this lovely little stream deck here that I have now bought with some of those funds that help improve being able to switch through different scenes relatively easier, and just kind of also improves the overall workflow of how all of this stuff in here actually works. And so, and Vincent's everything too kind. He says, my pleasure. And Danny says she's loving that upgrade. It is a very nice tool, and the more that I learn about it, the more that I watch videos about it, is that this thing does more than just help you with streaming. This thing does so many, or has the ability to do so many productivity improvements that it's insane on what the time is saying. He says, yeah, you got it. That was the objective of the donate. Thank you very much. Yeah, I didn't even actually realize that I could do this. Like if I go on to Instagram, I can actually just I have a button on here that could load up all the hashtags that I like to use. So it's like I press one little button and like it'll populate all like 10 hashtags that I like to use in some of my Instagram posts, and I don't actually have to physically type them out anymore or find out where I've copied where I have them and copy and paste them over and everything, and boom, just a click of a button and doing everything. Even now tonight on streams, I have a single button now that opens up every single window and locks them into place where I like to have all of my windows and all of my applications. So everything, I don't actually have to set all that. I just have a button now that does all that. So the automation that Danny here is saying and that workflow improvement, so cool. And that was help. That does 100% thanks to everybody that's been supporting the channel so far. So thank you very much and everything. She says, yes, you're saving a ton of time, which means more time for board games. Yes. Because even so, more time to, I'm actually going to flip this on over here. More time to set up beasts like this game here, Arkham Horror, the 3rd edition. I have to admit that I actually had to set this game up last night because I knew with the busyness that is Halloween tonight, and going out with my little ones and everything like that, and just getting them ready for bed and everything tonight, I was not going to get this set up in time for it. So I set this up. It took me 45 minutes to organize everything again, find all the pieces, determine what scenario I wanted to play, determine the investigators I want to play, set up all of the different things that come in. Like I definitely need to invest in, if I want to actually get this game played a little bit more, I think I do need to invest in some sort of insert for this game, because all of this stuff, and don't forget, and don't mind, there's tokens, and there's tokens, and there's tokens, and there's lots more tokens everywhere, and there's decks of cards, and there's decks of cards, and there's decks of cards, 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 scenario cards, monster cards. And oh right, your scenario has this, you have to have a select amount of monster cards that come from this gigantic stack of monster cards. So man, oh man, everything takes so much time to set up. So everything is all lovely set up, and then we actually have to do the actual gameplay itself, which is really quite neat. Actually, when you kind of go through it a little bit, what you actually do is not that bad. There's just some edge things that so you're going to see me referencing the rule book quite a bit here, and I will be making rules goofs guaranteed tonight, because there are a lot of little things to kind of keep track of, like item cards and whatnot, and to kind of give us everybody a kind of like a little bit of a scene here. This is kind of like the general overall of seeing everything all nicely laid out. And I have a button here to go take me to the top half of the board here, kind of a little bit extra zoomed in so we can kind of see things. I got a camera angle for the bottom half of the board, a little bit extra zoomed in on things. And then I've got our player area plus their scenario cards area, so that everything is all hopefully looking okay, looking good, I think. Okay. So yes, let's go back to that game area here. So we've got everything. So this I'm actually going to go back to here. So the scenario that I picked for us tonight is the Feast for Umordoth. I am butchering pronunciations on some of these things. The story so far. It says, the ghouls that dwell beneath the earth hunger for the flesh of corpses, yet even they live in worshipful fear of the devourer below. But the ghouls are not the only whispers of Umoroth in Arkham. Ooh, and starting our space, I have my characters here starting off in this location here that's referred to as the general store, like it says here. And we've got some cards that are set aside. You can also see on the back side of this scenario card, kind of tells you all the things about setting everything up, what monsters we're going to be using in the monster deck, what goes inside the Mythos cup or bag in this case that I have, and which scenario cards we're actually going to end up being used here, because this game is quite good. It's very scenario based, and there's a very large, what they refer to as the codex of this game, and we are definitely not going through all of these cards. There are select cards that we will actually end up having to deal with. So like in this game, this version, they're asking us to have codex card number 1, which is calling Outbreak. And I'm going to read out what Outbreak is going to do for us. It says, windows are shut, curtains drawn, doors locked. Citizens hurry through the streets, casting glances over their shoulders. A sinister unease gathers in the city, lurking on the rooftops and pooling in every shadow. As dread mounts, people and animals react in unpredictable ways, fleeing or lashing out at those around them. And with each new outbreak of fear and violence, the ancient one grows stronger. So this kind of gives us some rules around these doom tokens here. And it says that if a space ever contains 4 or more doom tokens, then an outbreak of doom is going to occur. And it gives us a little bit of instructions around how that is. So we don't want these doom tokens to accumulate in single spaces as much as possible. The other codex, yes, Doom. The other one that we have here is this scenario card called Fresh Meat. That doesn't sound ominous at all, now does it? And this one has a large set of this is the steeped gabled roofs of Arkham, just like teeth into the night sky, tearing through the fog that billows up from the Miskatonic River. The city sleeps at night, but something moves through the darkness. Corpses have been vanishing from the morgue, from the graveyard. Now the living are missing too. Saul Chandler, the butcher, and his wife, Lita, are among the missing according to the gossip at Schaffner's General Store. Even the expedition to map Arkham's caves came to a bad end, and aside from Joe Meyer at the asylum, none of their bodies were ever found either. You step into the Arkham night and stomp some of the cold out of your limbs. Someone has to do something, and that someone, apparently, is you. And so this is going to tell us that if we gather enough clues, which are these green tokens down here, if we gather enough clues onto our scenario sheet here, we'll actually advance this piece of the story. And then the very last one here that we are instructed to use is the hunger below. I can actually give that a little bit of a whoop. Come on, focus. There you go. Maybe. There it is. And it says, with every fog-haunted night, Arkham is struck by more strange disappearances. Almost human footprints are found in the soft earth of the Protestant graveyard. Skulking figures are spotted climbing Hangman's Hill, and in the back rooms, the secret chambers, citizens of Arkham gather for a dark purpose. The scent of fear is heavy in the air as its growing sense of anticipation. Something is coming. Something that you feel in the back of your mind where your ancient ancestors felt the approach of the predators that were too terrible to fight. And this one says that if enough doom tokens are placed on this scenario sheet, then this piece of the story is going to advance. So we're going to need 3 clue tokens for this piece of the story to advance. And if there's 8 doom tokens on this card, this piece of the story is going to advance. All right. Now, who did I pick as my investigators for this time around? I'm going to be playing two-handed. Here I have Roland Banks and I have Agnes Baker, which are 2 characters that I really enjoy from the Arkham Horror Living card game, which is my favorite game of all time. And we have said that, so they have some stats on here and they have some starting abilities. I'm going to get to what these stats are. Pretty much these stats are just going to essentially tell me how many dice I'm allowed to roll during a skill check. And when you roll dice in this game, 5s and 6s are considered successes in this particular game. But I have... Oh, don't worry, Vincent. He says, what? Not Ashes? Don't worry. Ashes is climbing up that list very, very quickly. It's actually, I would consider it, if I were actually look at that top list again, I would actually be, it's definitely sitting inside of my top 5 Ashes. Definitely. But I got to figure out exactly how high it actually needs to go, because there's also some fantastic games that I love. Okay. Roland has a ability over here, and it says, actually, I'm just going to do it this way. I'm just going to take this off. He's got the ability, it says, fight for the truth. As part of an attack action, you may add 1 to the result of a number of dice equal to the number of clues in your neighborhood. So if there's clues in the neighborhood and I attack something, I can actually increase the values of some dice, which is really, really handy. I've got some money here that will allow me to, there's some cards up here that's called the market, and if an event allows me to go shopping, well, I'll actually be able to buy some items and put them into my little tableau here. Agnes Baker, she's kind of like in Arkham Living card game, she's a mystic of sorts and likes to use lots of different spells. She's got blood casting. You may suffer damage instead of horror when casting a spell. She's got a spell already in play. And every time that you use a spell, you have to take horror. She can take damage instead of that horror. And while casting a spell, if I suffer damage or have to spend a remnant token, I can actually add 2 to my lore checks, my purple book checks. So we'll want to be trying to take advantage of some of these skills indeed. I've determined that Roland is going to be the lead investigator for this particular mission, And that's it. How do we win a game of Arkham Horror? Well, we actually don't know yet. We actually have to go through the story here, trying to either, well, obviously, we're going to have to try to get some clues and put them onto the scenario sheet so that we can advance this piece, because we're going to have to advance these things somehow in order to figure out some sort of win condition. Otherwise, we're just kind of going around Arkham and exploring things. I see that there are already some monsters and bad people out onto the board originally. We've got this thing down here, and we've got this, oh, sorry, what is this thing called? This is called the Vicious Glutton. Take a look at that guy. He's kind of creepy looking. So he's out here in Hangman's Hill, like this story had told us. And over here in the graveyard, we've got one of these hooded stalkers hanging around. Okay, and then on the backs of their cards, they have some stats that allow us to, they tells us that, okay, this hooded stalker here, he's only got 1 health, and he might modify some of our stats while we're trying to fight or evade him. Same thing with the Vicious Glutton. They've got their own stats on the back. They might have modified the amount of dice we're going to roll and how much health they actually have. Alrighty then, let's take a look let's get going on Arkham Horror. Oh, and right, I remember right off the top of the bat here, I think at the very top here, yeah, Vincent had said, I haven't played that game in a very, very long time, so long that the board wasn't even modular yet. Right, so earlier editions of Arkham Horror, if I believe, it was more of just kind of like a static board that you could probably just like add on to with some expansions. It was more of a static board that you still play with. And then they introduced this concept in the 3rd edition. Nikki Valens is the main designer of the 3rd edition here. And they came out with modular things for these scenarios. Every time that you do set up a scenario, there's going to be a different combination of these great big tiles that are going to be placed in different arrangements and how they are connected in different ways. So that's really cool. So yeah, so there are these neighborhood tiles. And I think, I can't even remember where I put them, but these are not all of the tiles that are in this game. These are definitely not all the tiles that are in this one. So just letting us know that. Well, let's get things rolling here. So rolling, he says we got some dice here. I'm thinking, well, okay, wait here. I'll actually show you. These are all the different, we have a nice little player aid here that tells us all of the different things that we can take on our turn. And on our turn, we get to take 2 actions, and they have to be different. You can't repeat the same action twice in this game. You have to take different actions. So we can move, we can gain money, we can focus. Focusing means we can add things to our skills so that we can roll more dice. We can ward, which means we can remove doom. We can attack monsters. We can evade monsters. We can research. Research is the main way we get clues from our possession onto the scenario sheet. And you have to do an observation test. And we can trade. As long as we're in the same location, we can trade things around. And then we might encounter some cards here that might give us a more specific action, or we might actually end up with a codex card that might actually give us a specific action here. So let's take a look here. So maybe I'm going to say lead investigator Roland is going to go first. And lead investigator Roland is pretty darn good at fighting. So I am going to think that Roland is going to, I think he's going to come down and I think he's going to fight this guy down in the bottom here. I'm going to switch this down to the bottom. I think Roland is going to move. And so he can go, so when you take the move action, you can move up to 2 spaces. He only needs to move 2 spaces for me, I think. I'm just going to go 1, 2 into this location. I've entered a location with a monster. So that monster, since it's ready, it's on this kind of like this black art side here. Since it's ready, it will automatically engage with me, which means I take it and I put it into my play area. And so what I do is we kind of flip it over. I'll just kind of do it like right there, kind of like that. And so now that monster is with me. And now I can't do anything else other than I can only focus, attack, or evade. Luckily, I am going to do the attack action next. And so for my attack action, I am going to roll strength. So automatically I get 3 dice to my strength test. This guy here says I lose 1 on a strength test. But Roland here is carrying his old 38 special here. And it says I get +2 as part of an attack action. If the monster I am attacking has a remnant icon, I get +3 instead. And this monster does have a remnant icon on it right up there in the top. Whoops, kind of up there in the top corner. So I'm actually going to get +3 to this location. So I'm going to actually be rolling 5 dice. Every 5 and 6 is going to be a success. And I need 2 successes to take out this particular monster. So let's see what we get. Okay, and since I have a clue in my, I'm just going to do this here. I do have a clue in this neighborhood that I am fighting in. I can use his ability. It says part of an attack action, I may add 1 to the result of a number of dice equal to the number of clues. So I will add 1 to this 4 to bring it up to a 5, giving me 2 successes. And this monster is now defeated. So, and then it looks like it doesn't look like there's any defeat things. It did have that remnant icon on it. So that means I will gain a remnant token. And I also have this thing where it says when I would gain a remnant token, I may recover health or sanity. Since I haven't taken any health or sanity, I will just keep that remnant token because there's different things around the board here that will allow me to spend remnants to maybe gain some arcane knowledge or something like that. So there's 2 actions on Roland's turn. I am now going to go into the monster phase, and that monster phase is going to state each ready monster activates, usually by moving. I do have a readied monster. There is this hooded stalker here, and he does have the hunter keyword. It says move towards and engage the lowest, the investigator with the lowest strength, and that will be Agnes in this case. So he is going to move to Agnes and engage with Agnes. So I'm kind of going to go back over here. We're going to go engage with Agnes. Each engaged monster deals damage and horror to the investigator it is engaged with. So this guy looks like he deals 1 damage. So Agnes now has 1 damage on her. And if we had any exhausted monsters, they would be readied. Okay, now we are going to do the encounter phase. I'm going to draw and resolve an encounter matching my space. And actually, am I supposed to be doing this? Actually, I have to actually double check part of this. I don't know if all the investigators take all their actions or if it's one investigator does all of these things and then the next investigator does it. Oh gosh. I'm pretty sure I'm playing it right. One investigator does his 2 actions and does the monster and the encounter and the mythos. I'm pretty sure that's how the game flow works. Oh gosh, why didn't I not check that ahead of time? Oh boy. Playing the game. Action phase. Yep. Oh, yeah, no, sorry. After you've taken your turn, flip your attack. Game affects my life. During an investigator's turn, they can perform up to 2 actions. Investigators take their turns in order of their choice. After you have taken your turn, flip your activation token to its inactive side. And then we proceed into the monster phase. So, oh my gosh. So, yeah. So, no, sorry. Agnes is supposed to do her stuff. Is actually supposed to do her stuff first, before the monsters actually do their thing. So I don't think that she's actually been damaged yet. She still gets to activate first. After he did his 2 actions, now Agnes gets to do her 2 actions, which, you know what? Why don't we, since we know that they are going to come at us anyways, why not do we move away from them? 1, 2. No, he can still get to that spot. Maybe I should just kind of go this way. I don't know if I can really get away from that hooded stalker. I think maybe I just actually just confront the stalker. And does he actually do anything else? No, he doesn't modify that stat. So I think I could just... Actually, what I'm going to do with Agnes here first is I'm going to focus her. I'm going to focus her strength by giving her a strength icon. Maybe that she'll actually get 1 extra dice to do a fight action. And then I will actually move her away from the hooded stalker for the current time being. 1, 2, and if I spend $1, I can move an extra spot. Sure, why not do that? I'm actually going to move her down to the historical society down here. So I'm going to go, she's going to go 1, 2, and then you can spend an extra $1 token to move an extra spot. And that way I think I'm out of the range of the hooded stalker. So there's her 2 movements. She focused just in case she ever gets anything, and then she moved down here. Perfect. I like that. Now we get to do the monsters. So the monster, he's gonna pray her. So he's gonna come 1 and then 2. Sure, like that. Didn't quite get to her. And nothing else happens. Now we are going to go into the encounter phase, which now each of us are actually going to get to draw an encounter card from our neighborhood. These are big stacks of cards, and I am playing with the Dead of Night expansion, which actually increased the number of cards inside of these encounter decks. So, and since these ones have these neighborhoods have clues, within the top 3 cards of each of these decks could be a potential of finding a clue. So let's do Roland first. Roland is at Hangman's Hill. So I'm going to draw the top card here. And, oh, okay. So it is one of these special clue cards. I'm just going to kind of put it up there. It's got the little magnifying glass up at the top there. And so I am in Hangman's Hill. So I'm going to read the Hangman Hill text here, where it says, you find a wounded hunter who has been searching the woods for a strange beast. You gain 1 clue from your neighborhood. You can try to carry him to safety. If you pass your strength test, he hands you a reward. I can take a common item. If you fail, you wait until help arrives and I can become delayed. So Roland is gaining a clue right off the bat here. So he gains a clue. And then I can try to carry this man to safety. And then therefore I can get another item. Interesting. Well, why not? Let's try that. My strength is 3, so I get to roll 3 dice. And as long as one of those dice is a 6 or a 5, I will have passed this. Otherwise, I become what's referred to as delayed. Actually, let's go over here. And I did get a 6, so I did pass this, so I'm going to gain a common item. Perfect. So I'll discard that card over there. And now how I gain common items here is that I'm going to actually take a look at the item deck, and I'm just going to keep flipping over. I'm going to flip over card by card until I actually come up with a item, which I believe that is exactly that's how we used to play it. So let's just do a quick discount double check here. Items. When an item will instruct you to gain an item. To do so, either take an item of your choice with the specified trait from the display, or reveal cards from the top of the item deck until you reveal an item. Oh, okay. So I could actually take one of these items that says common on them. Let's take a look. So there's only 2 cards here that are common. We've got Rabbit's Foot. Once per round, you may re-roll 1 die while resolving a test. And we've got Grimm's Fairy Tales. An investigator or ally in your space recovers 1 sanity. Roland doesn't have very much sanity, but being able to re-roll a die is usually quite fun. Let's give Roland the Rabbit's Foot. I like that. And therefore, we replace that with a new card. Sure, let's do let's do it that way. Okay, now Agnes is going to do her. We are going to do South Side here. And this one is not one of the clue cards. It's just a South Side card. So she is hanging out in Historical Society. Right there. Mr. Peabody, the curator of the Society's museum, eyes you skeptically while you explain that the materials in his collection could be instrumental to stopping something terrible. You may spend 1 remnant to convince him that the threat to Arkham is very real. If you do, gain 1 curio. Well, she doesn't have any remnant tokens, so that is that. She is not. So this particular card is going to get discarded to the bottom of the deck. Okay, so that is what's referred to as the encounter phase. Now we're going to do the mythos phase, where each of our investigators are going to draw things from this bag, and these are not fun. These are never, ever any fun for us. So I'm going to grab my little handy cheat sheet of what each of these tokens do here. So Roland is drawing his 2 tokens first. So his first token is going to be a monster. So a new monster is going to come out. So we draw the bottom card of the monster deck. And it's going to be a flesh eater. That sounds like fun. We're going to be a flesh eater. Spawn at an unstable space. So my unstable space is going to be Hangman's Hill, because I have to take a look at my discard pile here. So let's do this. So looks like my unstable space is going to be the Hangman's Corner. So, oh gosh, that is going to be with Roland. And so he's going to become engaged with Roland right away. That's quite fun. And so that's my new monster. And then this new says not a chaos bag in this game. Also, I don't remember playing with one back in the day. Yeah, they kind of really made this very much like the card game. It really made this like the card game. And so a clue item. So a new clue is going to come about. And so take the top card of the event deck. And so all the way in Uptown, there's going to be another clue. So there's going to be another clue. So what we do is we take the top 2 cards of that deck and this new one, and we shuffle them together, trying to, forget which one is the actual clue card so that you can actually, make it random, I guess I should say. And then we place those on top. So now we can try to find another clue inside of that one. Okay, so that was Roland's draws. Now we are going to do Agnes's draws. And she's going to draw. another monster is going to come out. And, another flesh eater. And that's also going to go a spawn at Hangman's Hill. So that is, so 2 flesh eaters are engaged with Roland Banks, which is quite fun, I guess. And her second token is going to be... blank. Nothing. Well, on the good note is, out of those tokens, since I know how this bag was set up by the scenario card, there's only 2 monster tokens in the bag. So those tokens have been drawn now. You draw tokens out of that bag until they're done, and then you put them all back. And Dan is in the house here. Hey, Dan, you got a shout out today for being a Ko-fi supporter, helping me just come up with my new stream deck. Long night, but wanted to stop by and stop by for a few. Absolutely, it was a long night, especially with the trick-or-treating with some little ones and the Halloween escapades that kind of go on in people's neighborhoods. But thank you for stopping by and supporting the channel. Always welcome. Everybody's always welcome. All right, so we're done the Mythos phase, so now we're going to the top of the round. We're going to go back to... Let's see who should we take? Okay, well, Roland Banks is... Well, he doesn't have many options here. He has these flesh eaters that are engaged with him. Unfortunately, he can only... I guess I can zoom in a little bit here. He can only take 1 attack action per turn, which is really quite limiting. But I think I should at least get rid of one of them. So let's do an attack action against one of the flesh eaters. I automatically get 3 dice to that dice check. They are not modifying the strength check at all. They have a remnants token. So because of my 38 special, I get an extra 3 dice on that. So I got 6 dice to try to get 2 successes on this. Now, if I'm gonna read this to you, because if I get more than 2 successes, I might be able to carry that damage over to the other monster. I'll read on that if this actually ends up happening. And I do have a clue token in my neighborhood so that I can adjust one of the dice by 1. So let's take a look. Okay, so even if I adjust one of the dice by 1, that doesn't get us anywhere up to 4 successes. But I did get 3 successes. So 2 of those successes automatically will go to this flesh eater, and I get another remnant token. That's kind of fun. And I need to see if that, when I do the attack action, I do extra, I think I can put extra damage. Let's try it. Attack action. If you are engaged with multiple monsters, you can attack only one of them, and you apply only attack modifier to the monster you are attacking. Your attacking is exhausted. You do okay. Okay, so yeah. That is engaged with another investigator. Okay, yep. So I can, I only attack just the one. Deal 1 damage to that monster. So I'm only attacking the one, so that extra damage does not go to them. That is okay. So that I can try to, though, evade this one monster, and I can just do what's referred to as my observation check, and if I get a success, I can actually evade him, and therefore he won't actually attack me during the monster phase. So I'll do that. I'll just roll 3 dice to try to evade the monster. Ooh, that one is good, so I have to do. Okay, and is that once per round as part of? Oh no, it's only part of an attack action. Okay, well, I will use my rabbit's foot then. It says once per round you may re-roll a die. So maybe I'll just take this one. Aha, there we go. Good old lucky rabbit's foot. And so I will evade this monster. So he kind of comes back down to the here, but he is exhausted, so he is not going to do anything. So that's my 2 actions. That's Roland's 2 actions. Agnes's 2 actions. Well, I am thinking Agnes is going to try to take care of this doom that is down here. Yeah, because we don't want doom to accumulate in places. So we're gonna get rid of this doom by doing a lore check. She gets to roll 4 dice, and so for every success that she gets on these, removes the doom token. And she got 1 success, so we will remove that doom token away from there. And then, oh gosh, I know she's going to get blah 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 blah. She's going to get attacked by this dude anyways. So I think we might just end up focusing again. And let's focus her observation. So there you go. I focus her observation, give her a +1 on that. Okay, so there's her 2 actions. We're going to go into the monster phase. Readied monsters move. So ready. So he is going to come down to Agnes and engage with Agnes over here. He's going to attack her for the 1 damage. Just like that. And now the exhausted monsters are going to ready. And so over here, since he is now ready and he is in Roland's space, now he's going to come back to Roland's space and engage with him again. So he didn't attack him. He didn't attack Roland. But then he still ends up just sticking around. So, okay, let's do the encounter phase. So Roland is engaged with a monster, and Agnes is with a monster. So we actually don't reveal any. We don't do any encounters. Yep. So we go straight into the mythos phase, I guess, because man, oh man, those monsters just decide just to keep coming at us. Okay, so let's go back here and sorry, I'm behind on the chat here. Dan says, I haven't touched any Arkham horror game. I hope to one day. Seems intimidating though. I will let you know, if you do not like long setups, you will not like this game. I will just tell you that. This game is a beast to set up. Okay. First one. Oh gosh, the newspaper. The newspaper icon. So there's this newspaper deck. I think they call it the headline deck. There's nothing good about this deck. Something really nasty is going to happen to us because we have this. It says the asylum is overflowing. New patients describe sense of dread, hallucinations. Dread and hallucinations. Doctors releasing some non-violent patients early. Headline, you suffer 1 horror for each doom in your space. Okay, so Roland is going to suffer 1 horror because he is in a space with some doom. So boom, like that. Right on. And his second token is going to be we're going to spread some doom. And how we do this is we draw the bottom card of the encounter deck, and some doom is going to go into downtown, and it looks like it's going to go to the Arkham Asylum. That makes sense. Is going to have some doom, and then that's going to get discarded. Okay, Agnes's doom tokens, mythos tokens are going to be, this fancy icon, which we take a look at any game components that have this icon, And as of right now, we only have one game component, and that is the scenario sheet here. And it says place 1 doom on this sheet. So 1 doom is on this sheet. And remember, if it ever gets to 8 doom, this card is going to end up triggering. Okay, so now let's go back to her second token, which is going to be, another newspaper article. Fantastic. Foul footprints found. MU zoologist stumped. Authorities not concerned. Probably a hoax, says the sheriff. Headline: test your willpower and resolve the effect based on your test results. So I have to, she has to test willpower, which is 3 dice. And she got 1 success. 1 success means you gain 1 remnant and spawn 1 monster at the unstable space. So she gains a remnant, and a monster is going to come out on the unstable space, which is, this time around, it is going to be the Arkham Asylum. And so one of these vicious gluttons are going to come over here to the Arkham Asylum. Okay, well, at least no more newspaper articles are going to come up because 2 of those got drawn. So there we go. Top of the turn, where it's going to go into the investigators. Let's take a look at what's happening in the chat here. It says, okay, so Vincent said, Eldritch Horror has been on my shelf for almost 4 years and didn't play it yet. Ouch. That is, and then that is the one thing I struggle with games that I play solo. Granted, Nucleum isn't a quick setup solo, and I still love it. That speaks volumes to the gameplay then, that it isn't a quick setup, but you still love it. I do enjoy Arkham Horror here. But yes, it is the beast of a setup that really draws me, and I think that Riley Stock, Board Game Community Show, mentioned to me on social media that this game would be way up higher on his list if he could get it played more. And why it doesn't get played is because of how long it takes to actually set up all of this stuff. I do think, though, that that would be fixed if you had a decent insert in the game. If you had a decent insert, I think this game would be better. So I have to actually maybe take a look to see if there's anything aftermarket for this particular game. Okay, let's take a look here. Well, Roland here is engaged with this flesh eater, so I think we're going to try to get rid of them. So let's do the attack action again. So automatically that's 3. And then since he has a remnant icon and no modifier, I get an extra 3 dice because of my 38 special. And oh boy, look at the successes here. 1, 2, 3 successes. Since there's a clue icon in that, I could actually hire one of these to another success. So 4 successes. So that's more than enough to defeat this flesh eater, getting me another remnant token, which I don't know what I can do with those just yet. But that flesh eater is now gone, which now allows me to... Oh, instead of gaining that remnant token, I can actually use my implicable ability here and actually heal this horror. Nice. I can actually do that. All right. And then his second action is, well, maybe I'm going to try to... Okay, wait, 1, 2... Getting over to Agnes is not that easy, so maybe I will just kind of try to get rid of that Doom. I only have... my lore is not that great. Actually, maybe I'll just focus. I'll focus in lore and give him a +1 on lore so that maybe I can try to get rid of some Doom tokens easier on future turns. Okay, Agnes, she is engaged with this hooded stalker. And I did give her a +1 on strength, so maybe Though she does have this Storm of Spirits. Instead of testing strength, she can test her lore as a attack action. So, ooh, she could roll 4 dice instead. Yeah, let's do that, because if I'm going to use her spell, I can actually spend this remnant token instead of taking the sanity loss. And since I do that, part of her ability is I actually get +2 on my lore. So actually, I would be rolling 6 dice to try to get 1 success on this hooded stalker. And look at that. Exactly. 6 dice, and I got exactly 1 success. That's why you roll as many dice as possible. As many. So we don't get any rewards, but this guy is gone. That's fantastic. Oh, Alex. Welcome, Alex. Meeple and the Moose to the chat says, I still need to learn how to play Arkham Horror, the card game. The card game is fantastic. Magnifico. It's a massive. And yes, happy Halloween, dude. Absolutely. Oh, okay. Yes, Arkham Horror card game. I could talk forever and ever and ever about that, but then I would not be getting any gameplay done. So, Agnes fought off the guy, and what's her little ability? After you cast a spell, you may focus one skill of my choice. Ooh, I did cast that spell, so I can focus. Well, maybe that's attack one maybe is not the greatest. Maybe I will go with I already got observation. Maybe an extra willpower. So I'll discard that one and take the willpower instead. Okay, 2 actions down. Perfect. Let's do this. So now we actually get to do the monster phase. And so I only have 1 monster on the board now, up in the top piece. And so this monster is going to move 2 spaces. 1, 2, I'm assuming just kind of like that. The lowest strength, so it's just going to go on there. Okay. Oh, Traveling with Todd. Good evening. I found your channel through Danny. Awesome. Thank you, Traveling with Todd. Thank you for coming on out. Always welcome to have brand new members watching the videos and the streams. This is fantastic. I love having new community engagement. Welcome. Arkham Horror 3rd Edition is on our Halloween plate tonight. Okay, so monster moved, and that's literally all it's going to do because we're down in the bottom part here. So now let's do the encounter phase here. So, Roland is down in Uptown, so we're going to draw an Uptown card. Oh my gosh. So we got another one. We're going to find some clues, hopefully. Hangman's Hill. Let's take a look what Hangman Hill says. You find a small shrine to Noddins. You gain 1 remnant. Well, that's all that Roland needs is more remnants. You are struck by a vision of the Lord of the Great Abyss. Okay, so it looks like we have to test our willpower. If you pass, he shows you how the ghouls have been using night gaunts. You gain 1 clue from your neighborhood. If you fail, the vision shatters your mortal mind and you suffer 2 horror. Oh, okay, so I have to pass this check in order to... So my willpower, I need to get 1 success. There we go. Awesome, got it. Phew. So it shows you how the ghouls have been using night gaunts. Oh, those things are nasty. I gain a clue from my neighborhood. That's amazing. And I do not suffer any horror. Boom, just like that. Agnes is going to reveal a card from Southside. All right, and she got her clue card. And she is in the Historical Society. So we will read. After a discussion about local legends, you speak to one of the society's guests. Ooh, I do not have good intelligence stat. If I pass, you make a new friend with insights about the devourer below. You gain 1 ally and 1 clue from your neighborhood. If you fail, the speaker tells you worst possible stories and I suffer a horror. Okay, well, she only gets to roll 2 dice. Hopefully I get a success. Dang it. She doesn't do anything about modifying those. Oh, wait. I can discard I want to say I can discard a skill to re-roll a dice. Let me just double check that. Those focus icons, I believe I can spend 1 to re-roll. Let me just do a focus. Yeah, while resolving a test, each focus token you may have. Yeah, I can get rid of 1 of those tokens to re-roll a die. So let's take willpower off and let's re-roll 1 of the dice. Oh my gosh. Well, okay, so I suffer a horror. And this clue card is going to go back into one of the top 3 cards. Ugh. Okay. And what do we got going on here? So everybody's saying hello to Todd. Thank you for being such a wonderful, wonderful, welcoming community here. And oh my gosh, Brian just popped into the chat here. He says, I'm still handing out candy in Washington, but dropping in for a quick hello. Awesome. Lots of trick-or-treaters out there. Do you get lots in your neighborhoods? We don't get very many in our particular neighborhood here. And it says, I just watched you shake that city playthrough, just ordered the game. Hey, there you go. Making people spend money. That's what I'm good at. And then everybody's saying hello, hello, hello. And he said, oops, spelt the name wrong. Everyone is enjoying their Halloweens. So many familiar names. Hi, everybody. Yes, thank you for everybody that comes out. Do have a regular group of people that ends up coming onto these streams. That's fantastic here. Okay, well, okay, so that was that. We did the encounter phase. Now let's do this dang mythos phase, which is very, very, not lovely at all. Roland is going to get a doom token, so let's spread some doom to, oh gosh, two cards by accident, to Rivertown, and the doom is going to go to the Black Cave. Luckily, it's not the graveyard. And his second token is going to end up being a blank. Good. Okay, Agnes. Not too many tokens left here, so Agnes is going to grab a blank. That's the last blank in the bag. So it means something is going to happen to us here, which is going to be a doom. And so we'll draw the bottom card here, which is Rivertown again, and it looks like it's going to be the Black Cave once again. So Rivertown is starting to become a hotbed for doom, and we do not want that because where's the doom one? If a space has 4 or more doom, remove 3 doom from that space, and then doom is going to spread, which is what we don't want to happen. So we're going to come up there next to take care of that. Okay, let's go. I kind of want some of these clues here that are down here. Oh, but I see that Roland here has a couple clues that we're going to try to get onto the scenario sheet here. We need to do the research action for that, which is the observation check. Right now, he would roll 3, but I could focus observation as one action, and therefore I'd be rolling 4 dice. And now what I'm going to try to do here is I'm going to actually try to get 2 successes so that I can put each of these clue icons onto here, because we need 3 on here in order to advance one of the And I did get 2 successes. So these 2 clues are going to come down onto this scenario sheet. Perfect. Now if I can get one more clue, there are a couple clues still out on the board here. So if I can get one more clue onto the scenario sheet, we will advance the story. Okay, well, that was his 2 actions. We focused and then got the clues on there with the research. Now, Agnes is going to come around. There is a clue in here, but we just failed at that. So, but she's really good at taking care of Doom. So, why not we have her move towards... Oh, gosh. Okay. I'm going to have her 1, 2. I'm going to go back up here. So 1, 2. I'm going to spend one of her dollars to go 3 spaces to this graveyard space, which has some Doom on it. And I'm going to do a lore check. I believe that's a war. Yeah, a lore check to remove Doom. So she's got 4. We get to roll 4 dice. Oh, look at that. 1, 2, 3 successes. We get to remove 2 Doom. And every time you remove at least 2 Doom from a location, you get one of these remnant tokens, which is good for her. So then she doesn't have to take horror. Okay, that's her actions. Let's take a look at what's going on in Chatland. Just did an inventory of my board game collection. 187, not counting expansions. I think I have a problem. You're starting to encroach on problem territory. I'm going to say that. Yes. You're in good company, Rachel says. Rachel, how did I miss that you came into the chat? Oh, my goodness gracious. Welcome, Rachel. Oh, my goodness. I apologize for that. Yes, you are one of us, Danny says. One of us. Good to be in the group. It's so addicting. Absolutely. What am I? Yeah, one of us. One of us. What is my board? I think my gaming collection here is starting to encroach on around 400-ish, which is, yeah. I'm in the territory of things are coming in, things are going to have to start going on their way out, or I really need to reevaluate my organization structure. One of the two. This is just a small sample. I got a whole nother room in the house here that has a much more. Okay, let's do the monster phase here, because this vicious glutton is going to move, and it is moving towards the most Doom. Oh, okay, so it is actually going to move right into this location right here. And I think it will stop because it is not going to move anymore. It's just got to move towards its most Doom. So that's where it's going to sit. No one's there to engage the monster, so that is that. The encounter phase. Well, okay, Roland is still at Hangman's Hill. So he's going to do this card. You wait until Sheldon's gang's thugs leave before sneaking in to pry open a crate. There's a strength test. If you pass, it seems the rum runners are smuggling more than just rum. You can gain an item. If I fail, I've taken too long, I'm going to suffer some damage. Oh, I have to do this. This is not a may. I have to test. So I have to test strength, which is 3 for me. This is not an attack, so I will do 3. Got to get at least 1 success. That one is... I always roll out against the cards here. Those are no successes, but I do have my lucky rabbit's foot, so I can re-roll 1 dice. Didn't get it. Dang it. Okay, so if I fail... you took too long. Sheldon's gang returns to rough you up. I suffered 2 damage. Ouch. Whoops, don't want to take one of those ones. So 2 damage. Okay, and then that's going to go to the bottom of its particular deck. And then where are you? We are in this one. So we're going to do a graveyard. Someone grabs you from behind. You struggle with your attacker, hardly able to see them in the moonlight. I have to do a strength test. If I pass, they run away, leaving their torn coat pocket and wallet in your hands. Gain $3. If I fail, I am going to suffer a horror. Well, I have only got 2 dice for my strength check, because I got rid of that one. So I need to get at least 1 success, or else I'm going to take a horror. Oh, got a success. So I will not take a horror. I will rough them up a little bit, and I get $3. Right on. 1, 2, 3. Nice. Put it right there. Okay, and that's going to go to the bottom of its deck. Okay, Mythos phase. Roland, what do you got for us tonight? Oh, last 2 tokens of the bag. So we've got a clue, so we're going to spawn a new clue onto the board. And that clue is going to go into South Side, where there's already a clue token. Okay, so put another clue token into South Side, and we'll take the top 2 here. And we will just kind of take a look here. Oh, Danny's saying she's at 335 games so far. We'll try to maintain this number by trading versus purchasing games. And Traveling Todd is now saying, yep, doesn't feel so bad. Don't worry. It does feel bad owning, like, I would say over 100 games. But, man, oh man, they're just so much fun. So much fun. Okay, and then Roland's second token here is going to be this thing. This one. And I have to remember what this one does. Oh, this is the Gate Burst. Take the top card of the event deck. Place 1 Doom token in each space of its neighborhood. Shuffle the card into the discard and place it on the bottom. Shuffle the card into the discard and then place it on the bottom. Oh gosh, okay. So this in East Town, each area gets a Doom token. And then this card is going to go into the discard pile, and we are going to shuffle up the discard pile and put it onto the bottom of that deck. What I read. Yeah. See what I should be doing is doing it this way, so I can't see which they are, and then put this on the bottom of the deck. Okay, just like that. Okay, now all of these tokens are going to go back into the bag, because now Agnes needs to draw her 2 tokens, which are going to be this thing, which places a Doom token onto the main board, the main scenario sheet, and a blank. Okay, back to the top. Let's see who's going to do what. Okay, Vicious Glutton. They have 2 health. Well, I would think... Oh gosh, clues are good. I do need more clues. I do need another clue, because I should make sure that I end my turn in South Side here. Let's go with South Side. Sure. I'm going to go take Roland here. He's going to go 1, 2 as a move action, spend $1 to move an extra space so that he ends his turn in the South Church. And then he is going to do a... Oh no, he's already focused up. He's got 2 focus tokens, which I think are good for him. So why not let's just make him gain an extra $1. Sure. Let's try that. And then Agnes. We do want to end up taking care of some doom along the way. And I don't like having monsters on the board. She can take care. Okay, yeah. So let's go. She's going to move 1. And this monster is going to engage with her. Like that. And we will attempt to attack her using the Storm of Spirits. I will get rid of this Remnant token so that I add 2 to the lore check instead. So I am going to roll 6 dice to try to get 2 and take out that glutton. Oh, yeah, and I got the successes. I got 3 successes on that one, so you are done, sir. Oh, and she gets a remnant again. Yeah. Perfect. And he's gone. Okay, so she moved and fought. I think that is good enough for her turn. So let's take a look. So there's no monsters on the board. That is absolutely perfect. So we'll go straight into the encounter phase. So before I do that, let's catch up with the chat. What's going on here? I played 2 games of Fire Rescue and 1 game of Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, Flashpoint. Yes. Flashpoint is the great game. I love that one. Let's just say I tried to rescue some people, but that is such a great game. I loved it. I love it. He says, I play it solo, but this weekend I am playing with the father. He's a retired firefighter. Oh, great. Great theme. Great theme to pull him in. Love that. Okay. We're doing encounters. So let's do Roland first. He's in Southside. Let's try to get a clue. Ooh, nope, not that one. Where are we? South Church. Father Michael asks you to contribute toward a dinner provided for the poor and homeless. You may spend $1 to help pay for groceries. If you do, you may spend the evening serving food and sharing a pleasant meal with Arkham's less fortunate. You or an ally will recover 3 sanity. I don't have any sanity to gain recover, so I am not going to spend my $1, I guess. I am so sorry, people of Arkham. I'm so sorry. Just going to let it be like that. And then we are going to do Rivertown, which is the Black Cave, which is going to be an elaborate mosaic made of shells, glass, and tiles. Depict a profane image of a toad-like monstrosity. You may become delayed to painstakingly remove the picture piece by piece. If you do, you feel as if the oppressive sense of foulness that once permeated the cave has been reduced, and may become blessed. Ooh, that's one of these status tokens, the status cards. A blessed card allows me to, when resolving a test, 4s, 5s, and 6s may count as successes. After you fail a test, discard this card. Okay, so I will become delayed, which I will just turn her token upside down just to say that she's delayed, but I will give her the blessed trait so that 4s, 5s, and 6s can now count. That is really cool. Okay, Mythos. Let's see what kind of bad things are happening for us. Okay. Newspaper. Oh, I hate newspaper. Hate the newspapers. Break-in at the Historical Society. Criminals wore robes, masks. Several artifacts were stolen. Gang of occult-minded thugs could be anywhere. Suffer 2 damage and 2 horror unless you place 1 doom in your space. You got 2 doom and 2 horror. 2 damage and 2 horror is a lot. Dang. I will place 1 doom in this place so that I don't have to deal with that. That is just nasty. Second token for Roland is a blank. Good. Okay, Agnes is going to draw a clue token. So we're going to get some more clues out there. In Uptown girl, she's been living in her uptown world. So we'll do that. And as I do this, I get to catch up with the chat here as I try to see. Looks like we're chatting about Flashpoint. Dang. Oh, and Danny's son was a firefighter for Halloween. That's so cute. The base game is easy to find, but the expansions are somewhat hard at this point. That's good to know. I've only played Flashpoint a few times, but I remembered them all being great experiences. Okay, that was the clue token, and then her second one is going to be a doom. So we'll spread some doom in Easttown at the Hibbs Roadhouse. This one. There is lots of doom in that. There's lots of doom up there in Easttown, which is not great. So let's deal with that. So I think since I do know that Easttown is going to be coming up here, but so does Rivertown. Oh gosh. She doesn't have any clue tokens. So maybe I try to ward and then I just kind of move. Yeah, I think that's going to be it. Okay, so we'll do the ward. So she does 4 dice. And we'll try to get some successes here to get rid of some of that doom. And 4 5s and 6s now count for me. So that's 3 successes. That's 2 doom off. So she gets another remnant token. And then, and I needed to become undelayed to do that. So I needed to stand back up, and then I did that. Perfect. Yeah, I needed to stand back up and then do that. Okay, there's my 2 actions. Mr. Roland, you are just going to stick around. I want you to try to find some of these clues down here. So you are not going to be moving very much. You may as well do a ward action. You get 3 dice to try to get rid of that 1 doom. And you do so, my sir. And then I will just give you $1 because I don't want you to kind of really go anywhere. Alrighty, those are our actions for this turn. So let's go into the monster phase. But there's no monsters. We've been doing very good at keeping our monsters at hand. Let's do our encounters. Oh, wait, chat time. And I think Rachel said, what did Little Rao dress up as again? Little Rao dressed up as Sonic the Hedgehog. He really enjoys Sonic the Hedgehog. The new movies that have come out recently. So there is lots of good things happening. And yes, Danny looks like she's got a young little firefighter in training, and that is awesome. Okay, let's do Roland's. Okay, let's see if he can find this clue. That would go actually really huge for us if he can. Where are we? South Church. Homeless man comes to the church to pray for a miracle. You may spend $1 to help him. If you do, he thanks you and tells you of a dream he had about a fiendish creatures flying through the woods. Or you and an ally recover 3 sanity and you gain 1 clue from your neighborhood. Okay, if you do, he thanks you and tells you a dream. goods. Oh, okay. So I will pay the $1. I will pay the $1. We can recover sanity and gain a clue from the neighborhood. Perfect. Okay, so that one is good. She is still in Rivertown at the Black Cave, which says someone is singing in the back of the cave, their voice echoing softly off the damp walls. You do your best to listen to lyrics in a language you've never heard before. It's a lore test. If I pass, you may make odd kind of sense, and I gain a spell. If you fail, a shiver runs down your spine as you leave. Well, I may as well try, because we go do this, because there's going to be nothing else. So lore is a 4 dice. And luckily, 4, 5s, and 6s count for me. So there we go. I gain a spell. So that deck has been, I don't know if I shuffled it yet, so I'll just kind of give it a couple how do you do's. And I'm going to gain one of these spell cards. And a Flesh Ward. Whoops, can I give that back? Give that it. Let's take a look at it. Once per round, if you, another investigator, or an ally on any space would suffer damage, you may test my lore and prevent damage equal to my test result. Ooh. So that's actually pretty cool. I like that spell. But you do have to suffer sanity. Or I do have these remnant tokens that can help me out with that. Okay, so that was her encounters. Let's go right straight into the bad things that are going to happen to us, which is most likely going to be, well, I guess not very much doom left in here. A blank, that's good. And, hate this one. This is the bad one. Gate burst is going into south side. Oh dear. So a doom goes in each of these spaces in south side. And then this and the discard pile get shuffled and put into the bottom of the deck. So 2 south side cards in here. Yay, 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 yay. Oy vey's. Oy vey's. And, okay, so those are his 2. Agnes's 2 are going to be a doom and a monster. So doom is going to spread to East Town again. Hibbs Roadhouse. So that is doom number 3. Oh my gosh, we're almost at an outbreak over there. And then we have a monster that's going to come out, and that's going to be a creeping ghoul. Spawn at the unstable space. My unstable space is going to be Hibbs Roadhouse in this case. Move towards the unstable space. Okay, so if anytime he... Alrighty, so those are our tokens for this time around. So let's see what we're... Oh my gosh. Dang. Okay, before I start anything, let's get going here. Okay, so Danny says he's off to bed. Have a good night, Danny. Thank you for stopping on in. It was fun. Good luck in your game. I have to rewatch this tomorrow, see the outcome. Yeah, it's going to be a long one. We haven't even advanced any one of these storylines just yet. Not yet. But hey, thanks for sticking by. And Traveling Todd, thank you for coming on in. It says he needs to today. 5 a.m. comes way too early. I'll be back for sure. Good night. Chat. Thank you very much for joining us again tonight. And yes, this is going to buckle up because this is going to be a long one here, but I think we are in some decent shape because I think we're going to be doing some things. I did the mythos. I think we're up in the actions. And Mr. Norm is in the house. Hey, how you doing here? Looking good. I've wanted to see this gameplay. Looks great. Thank you. Thank you so much, dude. It's a beast to set up. I'm going to tell you that much. Took me about 40 minutes last night to set this all up before tonight. Because man, oh man. Okay. Roland here is going to try to put his last clue onto the scenario sheet, because then that's going to advance one of their stories. And so that is going to be my research. Yep. And I need to test observation, which I'm going to roll 4 dice, but I only need 1 success because I only have 1 clue. And I got 2 successes, so that clue is going to go on here. So that was my very, very first action. And it says here, when there are 3 or more clues on the scenario sheet, discard all clues from the scenario sheet and flip this card. So these 3 are over. Let's remind that Roland still has 1 action left this round, but let's see what's going to happen here. New bits of the story. The corpse in the butcher shop must have been Saul Chandler once. Now it's nothing but a dismembered carcass, bones cracked and gnawed, flesh torn and eaten, as if a wild animal had been set loose. While you're examining the scene, Lita Chandler, wild-eyed and carrying a torch, finds you. So I'm not facing this alone after all, she says. Then she gestures with the torch as a figure masked with a feral skull approaches. Which I appreciate, frankly. This charming fellow is part of a cult that's spread throughout Arkham. My husband is just the latest victim of their ghoulish practices. If we work together, we can drag them into the light. The leader gains Lita Chandler. Spawn the set-aside masked hunter engaged with the leader. Okay, so I have to find the Lita Chandler ally. Lita. Oh, no, wait. Not from the ally deck. She would be actually in this particular deck, since it's part of the story. So, LL. This is all in alphabetical order. Lita Chandler is right there. Perfect. And the set-aside masked hunter. So this lovely fellow, isn't he look charming, is going to be engaged with my dude here. So I'm just going to put him up here saying that he's engaged with Mr. Roland. And let's take a look at Lita here. What does Lita say? After you or another investigator deals damage to a monster in your space, Lita Chandler deals 1 more damage to that monster. Well, that's actually kind of handy. That would actually deal quite handy to this guy, because it says he has 1 additional health per investigator. So he's got 4 health. Ooh. That's insane. That's insane. Okay. Oh, sorry. And then now it says on this card here that I'm still reading, take cards 13 through 17 from the archive. Shuffle each card into the top 2 cards of the corresponding neighborhood deck. Place 1 marker face down in each neighborhood. Add card 12 to the codex. And return this card to the archive. Okay, so now I'm coming back to this thing. Yep, we got the cultist. So what do we got here? So add card 12 to the codex. That goes there. And then it looks like we have 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Oh, I see. Yes, they are. They are neighborhood cards. They are neighborhood cards. Special neighborhood cards. Okay, maybe I should read this just to kind of see, because these are going to get shuffled into their respective neighborhoods decks within the top 2 cards. Okay, so what this says, false facts. Between your own investigation and Lita Chandler's discoveries thus far, it seems that a group of cultists is active within Arkham. They cover up the disappearances, Lita explains. They've been doing it for years, but we've only just noticed. How is that possible? The cult must be larger than I imagined. If you're to save Arkham from the ghouls and their hungering master, you'll need to find and dismantle this cult. After a worshipper of Umornoth spawns, discard the marker in its neighborhood. After a worshipper is defeated, return that worshipper to the game box and place 1 marker on the scenario sheet. After the 5th marker is placed on the scenario sheet, if card 11 is still in the codex, flip that card. Okay. So we have to, so these folks look like we're going to have to try to find these particular individuals. So I'm going to put these, they have these kind of like these mystery tokens, that there are going to be 5 mystery tokens for each of the people. And I'm going to shuffle these within the top 2 cards. And I'm going to take a look at what's happening in the chat. And yes, Vincent, damn cultists. There's always cultists afoot in this, in Arkham. Uptown girl. She's been living in her uptown world. Do 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 do. I always get that with the uptown. Rivertown. So I'm going to shuffle that one into those ones. So we need to discover these people and defeat them. Seems quite gnarly. East Town. Take the top 2 cards, and there's also clues to be afoot. But I don't know what clues are going to do for us now. After the 5th marker is placed on the scenario sheet, if card 11 is still in the codex, flip that card. Okay. After a worshiper is defeated, return that worshiper to the game box and place 1 marker on the scenario sheet. Okay, and then last one is Downtown, which is a place we haven't really visited this game just yet. So I'm just going to keep doing this, and then as I keep talking and checking out things, I think we're all good. All right. Okay, so then this card goes back to the... This card's going to go back into this deck in space number 10. Okay. Okay. Second action for Roland, I guess, is going to be to fight this masked hunter, which is really quite nasty, but I think we might be able to do it, because our strength is 3, and our strength is 3. He says -2. I do have my 38 special. He doesn't have a remnant token on him, so I get an extra 2 dice. That's okay. And if I deal a damage, Lita Chandler is going to deal an extra damage. And I do have my rabbit's foot that allows me to, re-roll. Ouch. That does. So rabbit's foot. Ouch. No successes. That is not any good. That is not any good at all. I thought we were going to be able to do something to him, but I guess not. So he is done. Now we're going to go on to Agnes, and Agnes is going to have to... What are we going to do with Agnes here? Let's go with... Should she move and... Should she move and go and get rid of some of those dooms? Maybe. But then he might actually end up in her space. So why not? But I do want to get rid of those doom tokens. Okay, let's do it this way. She's going to come. I'm going to go what's his word? His patrol is move towards the unstable space, which has not changed. It's still Hibbs Roadhouse, so he is going to stay right where he is. So that is not, but it might change after we discard some cards. So actually, he's not going to move. So she could actually just go 1, 2, and then just do one of her lore checks to get rid of some doom. Let's do roll 4 dice. And she rolled 1 success. So, yeah, and she doesn't have any re-rolls or anything like that. So 1 doom is going to come off, which is not terrible. And yeah, that's her. Those are her 2 actions. Monster phase. He's going to activate, but he's not going to move because he's already in his space that he wants to go to. So that is fine. And there are no other monsters that have to move. Engaged monster, he's going to deal 2 damage to me, which I can spread across. Whoops, I guess I can flip this over here. So he's attacking me. He's going to take 2 damage. I could actually spread this out. I could actually put 1 on Incapable, Implacable, and 1 on Lita. And then I can also we can take 1 sanity. I think that's okay. And that's that. Let's go into our encounter phase. Roland is not going to get an encounter because we're encountered with a monster. Though, we are going to get 1 from East Town. So let's take a look at what we're going to get here. Oh, gosh. I think we got the 1 from the... So let's take a look at the police station here. It says, you share your findings with Sheriff Engel. If you pass, he offers you some of the off-the-books help. You gain an item. Whether you pass or not, one particular cop was listening intently, spawned the set-aside Billy Cooper monster at the police station, and return this card to the archive. Okay, so I'm going to test my intelligence, rolling 2 dice. Oh, I did pass. So I do get a item of my choosing. And then we have to go put Billy Cooper at the police station, which is one of the people that we have to take care of. And so Billy Cooper, if you defeat another monster while engaged with Billy, he is also okay. So he's going to go to the police station, but I think he is engaged with us because we are also at the police station. So I think we will also get engaged with Billy Cooper. Okay. And then this is going to go into the codex. Okay, so those were our encounters. So let's do the mythos now. Oh gosh. Okay, let's keep these good times going here. And newspaper. These are just nasty. Dream expert found dead. Foul play suspected. Dr. Ephraim Zillinger, MD, PhD, dead in his home. Doctor strangled to death by his own hand. Test willpower. You suffer 3 horror. Prevent 1 horror for each success that I rolled. Ugh. So my willpower is I roll 3 dice. Oh, and I do. Oh, wait, did I re-roll one already? I forgot to exhaust this once per round. I think I already tried that. So I'm going to take 3 horror, which is, I'm already sitting at, well, I guess he could take 2 and Lita could take 1. That wouldn't be bad. Sure, let's try that way. And my other Mythos token that I'm going to take this time is going to be a monster. Where's this monster going? Oh, look at this thing. The Eyeless Watcher. Spawn at the Unstable Space, which is Hibbs Roadhouse. Yeek. All right, and then it looks like it's going to be, I'm going to say there should be 2 tokens left. There should be 2 tokens left. First token is going to be a Doom and a Clue. Okay, so let's do Doom first. At Southside at the Historical Society. So we're going to have a Doom down here. And we'll get a Clue. A new Clue up in East Town. So we'll take the top 2 cards and put another Clue token up in East Town, which just kind of junks up this East Town thing from finding the oh, I think we found the person though, because he's engaged with our lovely Agnes. Okay. We don't know what Clue's actually going to do for us yet, so. All right, that's our Mythos phase. Let's go back to the top here. Oh my gosh, I want to get rid of that Masked Hunter. I want to get rid of that Masked Hunter so bad off of Roland. Or maybe do I just, what's his movement? Towards an engaged investigator with the most clues. Well, neither investigator has the most clues, so. Oh my gosh. Well, I guess we could try fighting him and then just try disengaging with him. That would be. Okay, so let's try fighting him again with strength. So 3 dice, -2, but then +2 with my 38 special. So let's try rolling these 3 dice again. Oh, how about them apples? That's 3 successes, plus, so that's 3 damage, plus whenever you deal damage to a monster in your space, deals 1 extra damage to that monster. That's 4 damage, and that defeats our Masked Hunter. Sweet. So he's gone. He gone. Oh, Vincent, thank you for joining me tonight here. He says it's his turn to call the old dusty trail. Good night, everybody. Take care. At least that was a great roll. Absolutely. I need your luck there, man. I need your luck. But I understand that things are getting a little late in areas. So the Masked Hunter is now gone. So that was a good roll. So now I think in my turn, maybe we just move down to the Historical Society here. And just kind of maybe on our future turn, we can try to clean up some of that doom. Okay, Agnes has got old Billy here engaged with her. So let's try, because I think I can, yeah, I can roll 6 dice. If I spend a remnant and use this spell, I can use that spell there instead to do this fight. And what's that for any damage I made? Ooh, yeah, I should have been doing that one too, but oh well. And then took it to roll 6. I get 4 5s and 6s. Oh, and after I cast a spell, I can focus. I should be able to focus a skill. I actually should have done that. I should actually do strength again. Okay, so what do we get here? We got 2 successes. We got 2 successes, and I don't think that I can do anything else with those dice rolls. So that is 2 damage on Billy Cooper. There we go. And that is going to be all of that, I am going to assume, because, yeah. Guess the last thing that I can do is I can try to just kind of get away from him so that he doesn't deal me any damage. That would just be rolling 3 minus 1. I'm rolling 2 dice to try to disengage with him. Oh, didn't do that. Didn't disengage. That's not great. So there we go. Those are my actions. Okay. Monsters. Oh gosh. Okay, so some of these guys are going to start going places because now they're going to start moving towards the Historical Society. Ugh. Towards the lowest. Well, that's going to be okay. So he's going to come and oh gosh. So let's take a look here. So he's going to move. He's going to move 1 space here and engage with Agnes. That's not great. And now he's going to move towards the unstable space and boom, he's going to move over here and he's going to come engaged with Agnes. So Agnes now has 3 things engaged with her. That is not great. That is not great at all, because now things are going to deal damage. Roland is safe down here. Agnes is now going to take a buttload of damage. Can I see here? Flesh ward. Once per round, if you, another investigator, or an ally on any space suffer damage. To prevent, I'm going to definitely try to prevent some of this damage once per round because, oh gosh, because 1, 2, 3, 4 damage is going to come into play. Let's test our lore and see how much of that damage we can prevent. How about none of it? How about prevent no damage from being dealt? So 4 damage is going to be dealt to us, which is now we're sitting at 5 damage. Oh gosh, we're sitting at 5 damage, and we have to suffer. That looks like 2. Yeah, 2 brain. Have to suffer 2 mental. So we're sitting at 3 of that. Oh my gosh. She is suffering, folks. She is suffering. That is not great. That is not great at all. But at least this game has a built-in failsafe, and I'll get to that if we come across it. Okay, that's the monster phase. Let's do some encounters. She's not going to get an encounter. Roland will. Let's see what Roland can find down here in Southside. We're at the Historical Society, so the curator seems distracted. We're going to test our intelligence, which is 2 dice. We did not pass, but I can use my lucky rabbit's foot to not pass still. Oh, if I passed, I would have gained an item. Whether you pass or not, historian Alma Hill is watching you with naked contempt. Spawn the set-aside Alma Hill monster at the Historical Society and return this card to the archive. So Alma Hill is now in play at the Historical Society, which will come into play against Which will come into place against the... Here. Elusive alma mater does not engage investigators in her space. Okay. After you defeat alma test, if you fail, you draw 2 tokens from the... Okay, so she's just going to stay here, and I have to actually have to... Lurker. Leader draws 2 tokens from the Mythos Cup. When does that take into play? After you defeat a test. Okay, cool. Okay. Not exactly sure when that comes into play, but that was after his encounter. So Mythos phase now. Mythos phase is going to be... Oh, yeah. Mythos. Tokens. Ugh. Why did I take so long? Nope. Okay, nothing's left, so I have to refill the bag with all of this brand new nastiness. Okay, let's take a look here. Okay, so a clue is going to get spawned and nothing. So let's get a new clue out there, which will be in south side. 1, 2, and get a clue token in there. No, they aren't. Clue tokens ain't bad. And Miss I got every monster underneath the sun attached to me is going to grab a blank and a gate burst. I hate gate bursts. Which is going to affect Rivertown. Okay, well, Rivertown, every place. Whoops, that don't want one of those. Every place gets a doom. And then the discard pile gets shuffled up and put at the bottom of the event deck. Just like that. Okay, so there's our 4 tokens. Let's do the actions. Well then, perhaps... Okay, perhaps we're going to try to fight this person. I'm going to try to fight this Alma Hill person because we need to get rid of them. So they'll become engaged with us. And then we will fight with strength, which is 3 dice. Plus my 38 special gets me an extra 2 dice. We need to get 3 successes on this. Ugh. Well, rabbit's foot. Let's re-roll 1 of the dice. Hey, okay, there we go. 2 successes is 2 damage. And Lita says, after you or another investigator deals damage to a monster in your space, Lita Chandler deals 1 damage to that monster. So then, boom. 1 extra damage, and Alma Hill is now gone. Okay, and this is one of these people. So what is this? After a worshiper is defeated, return that worshiper to the game box and place 1 marker on the scenario sheet. Oh, okay. So then this one that you've found, so we'll put that marker onto the scenario sheet. Oh wait, discard. We should have discarded the marker in its neighborhood. Okay, so then she's gone. This marker should actually just be not here anymore since we found that particular person. Okay, so he fought her, and now we're going to just maybe do some... Oh gosh. Do some retcon up there. How much more? 1, 2, 3... I can try to get a little bit closer. Should try to get a little bit closer. So I'm going to spend $2 off of Roland's card here to move 4 spaces. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, and then 4 up into this area right here, in between where. Maybe no. I'm actually going to spend one. I'm actually going to spend the $1 and end right here. I'm thinking. I'll send, because then maybe I might be able to find the next person. Alrighty. Okay. She's got a ton of people engaged with her, but not much in the way. But if she defeats another monster, then he is defeated. So let's try to get rid of okay. Let's try taking out this guy. Seems like he's nasty. I don't even know which one I want to get rid of here. Let's try attacking this guy here, because okay, so she has strength of 3, -1. Oh no, wait. What am I doing here? Because I'm going to do Storm of Spirits. I'm going to spend a remnant so I don't have to take the horror. And I'm going to add 2 to my lore, and boom. So I'm going to roll 6 dice against that monster, and hopefully I can get 3 successes. 1, 2, 3 successes. There we go. So he gong, get a remnant back. That's lovely. He gong. That's awesome. And when he's defeated, when a monster is defeated, then this guy is also defeated at the same time, because that says if you defeat another monster while engaged with Billy, he is also defeated. So boom. So he gone. And another token is placed onto this scenario sheet. So we need 3 more to flip over this particular card. I can only do attack action, so why not? Let's try doing an. Oh wait, I should have maybe done that a little bit differently, but maybe okay. We'll have to follow my path, because okay, so if I need to do an evade, but he takes away 2 dice. So, so that means I only roll 1 dice and try to get a success to evade him. Well, may as well try. Try to do the evade. Hey, and that's a success. So I do evade. So he is now just in that space now, and not going to do anything to me for this turn. Perfect. Monster phase. There are no readied monsters, so that means nothing's going to attack. So he will become readied and come back to me, which is okay. That means he just didn't deal his damage to me. That's okay. All right. Agnes is not going to get an encounter card. We will get an encounter card here at River. So let's take a look at what's going to happen in the graveyard. You find a crate marked with a deer's skull. Test strength, which I have 3. And I get a success, so it means I'll pass this test. If you pass, you break it open and find valuables stolen from corpses inside. Gain $3. I'll take $3 every day. Whether you pass or not, you spot someone fleeing from you. Spawn the set-aside Herman Collins monster at the graveyard and return this card to the archive. So Herman Collins, lurker. After you perform so he is going to come down to the graveyard, which is going to engage with us. Oh, that's actually really handy. Okay, that was okay. So that was his token. So right on. Okay, I feel like we're actually really starting to move here. What is next? What is next here? Oh, that was the encounter phase. Now we need to do Mythos, which is my least favorite part of the game, but hey, here we go. Monster is going to be a hooded stalker. Which place has the most doom? You do have most doom. Excuse me. And a doom token. So we'll spread some doom in Rivertown. The graveyard gets a doom token. Okay, and now Agnes is going to do her tokens. Newspaper. Symposium Snafu. Noted scholars found dead. Tainted food suspected. No foul play at work, authorities say. If you have one or more clues, you have become cursed. She does not have any clues. So that is actually one of the only gooder for us. And then her second token is going to be this guy that is going to place a doom. So now there's 3 doom on the scenario sheet out of, how many does this need? 8. Well, I've kind of kept doom limited, so I think we're doing okay. Alrighty then. Let's take a look at what our actions are going to be now. Okay, kind of taking a look at things. Doom is starting to accumulate because of those gate bursts, so why not? Oh, wait, I'm engaged with some monsters here, so let's just take care of these guys. It says, after you perform a focus action while engaged with Herman, you may spend 2 focus to defeat him. Like, why not, actually? Though I have a good chance of actually defeating him because I do have 3 strength. -1 for him, but then +2 for my 30 special. So I have 4 dice. Yeah, and then, yeah, let's try attacking. All right, let's use Lucky Rabbit's Foot to try to reroll. Nice. So that's 2 successes, plus Lita Chandler is another success for 3. So he is gone. He is gone. So that is another token onto the board here. And now, Mr. Roland, what are you going to do here? You are going to... Let's take a look at trying to... Do we try to get rid of some of this doom? Sure, he rolls 3 dice to check for doom. Or try to eliminate doom. And that is 2 successes. Nice. That takes care of 2 doom, which gets him a remnant, which we haven't really done much with all that remnant because we haven't really seen anything, but let's try. Okay. Agnes has got this lousy thing engaged with her. So we're going to try to attack it. I'll use the spell, the Storm of Spirits, spend the Remnant. So not take the, whoops, I guess not take the Insanity. And once I do that, I add 2 to my lore because of her ability. So I will be rolling 6 dice to try to inflict 3 damage. And that's only 1 success. So that is only 1 damage on to the guy. Fantastic. Fantastic. Sure. That's great. I'm guessing that I should just try to, maybe evade with my 1 dice again. Oh, but if I fail, then I'm going to lose my blessed. It's a 50-50 shot. Oh, and I got it. So, evaded. So he is dupe right there. That's okay. Okay, so there's my 2 actions. Let's go into the monster phase. Where is he moving? Let's see where he's moving. It says Hunter, move towards the lowest strength. That'll be Agnes here, so he's going to go engaged with her. And then going to attack, which, oh my gosh, is that going to defeat? That's going to defeat her, I think. Because attack does 1 damage. 1 damage, boom. And that is and I don't think, Flesh Ward. You are another investigator. Yeah, she has room to take another sanity, so we'll take a sanity to play Flesh Ward. I will roll my 4 dice to try to prevent that 1 damage. And yes, I will prevent that damage. Phew. That is okay. And then readied unexhausted monsters or exhausted monsters are going to come readied and engage with me. Fantastic. Encounter phase, and Agnes does not get an encounter card again because those monsters have just been sticking around her and we managed to not go anywhere. So let's just pick a Rivertown one again at the graveyard. A canine figure lurks by an open grave, gnawing on a severed limb. You loose a mighty roar. So we got to roll 3 dice. We got a success, so that is good. If you pass, the ghoul flees and leaves behind the remains of its meal. You gain a remnant. So another remnant token. Geez, what can I spend remnants on? If you fail, the ghoul and suffer horror. Perfect. Okay, then that is that. I gotta just read one more time. I'm probably missing a little something about remnants, but RS remnant tokens. Yeah. Can be traded. They're usually made for spells. Yeah, you spend remnant tokens instead of casting spells. So if I should actually get into the same space as Agnes and give her lots of these remnant tokens, because that would be really, really handy. Okay, Mythos. Let's do Mythos area. Roland, what do we got going on? Doom and nothing. So more doom spreading. In Southside. At the Historical Society, of course. Agnes, what are you doing? She's got Clue and Doom. So the clue card is going to be in Uptown. Down here. So that's a second clue for that area. Boom. Anybody else in the chat here? Anybody lurking around? How's the Halloween happening in your areas? This game is so good, but it takes so long. But it's so rewarding. So rewarding at the end. I do like the story that it does tell. Okay. And then I have to do a doom. And that's going to go into East Town, which I got a prediction this is going to be at Hibbs Roadhouse. Which that's going to do something because that's an outbreak. If a space has 4 or more doom, remove 3 doom from that space. Place 1 doom in each other space in the net neighborhood. And add 1 doom to the scenario sheet. Okay, so there we go. Then, that was that. Back to the top. Okay, I feel like Roland's going to come and try to save the day on Agnes here. And try to get rid of at least that watcher. So he's going to come up to her space. Boom, just like that. And I can attack 1 monster in your space. That space is there, so I can attack 1 of these monsters. I will definitely attack the one that is the most difficult to do, which is the 2 health left, essentially. So, with my... and it's a remnant. If the monster you are attacking has... Okay, so I'm going to get +3 and +3. No minus, so this is 6 dice to try to take care of that watcher on her. Boom. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Watcher, you are gone. You are gone. Yep. And then so we're going to get another remnant token. That is that. And I am going to do exchange. And then I'm going to do a trade, which I'm just going to load up Agnes with these remnant tokens. So that she can cast her spells over and over and over again. She may as well have all of the remnants, because he is not going to be using them. Not at all. She will be. She will be. Perfect. Okay, so he moved. Oh, wait. Oh, can I not do... No, I don't think I can do the trade, because I had to move into that location. Oh, gosh. And then I attacked. Whoops. So then I can't do the trade. Oops. Let's just do that way. Okay. And then we're going to have Agnes. We're going to do the... Oh, gosh. So we have to be careful of the Storm of Spirits. So... But her strength is 3, and we only have to get 1 success, so why not? So she's going to fight the guy in her area. And she did get 2 successes. That's great. So he is gone. Fantastic. Perfect. And now we can start maybe taking care of some of that. Well, we do need to find the other 2 people, and they're on opposite sides of the board here. So why not let her go and wander 1, 2 as her next action so that she can start starting to discover over there. Okay, there we go. Monster phase. We finally have no monsters on the board. That is fantastic. So we're going to do encounters. So let's see what she gets. Okay, did not find the person. She is in La Bella Luna. On a mad impulse, you bet it all on black. Gain $3. Nice. I'll just take a $5. That looks good. And Rachel's back. She is back. This is going to be a late one. I told you, Rachel. So buckle in. But I think I'm starting to make progress towards the win condition here. Pete Clover pulls you into a back room for a friendly chat. And you try to explain that you're not cheating. Let's try to use it. Let's do an intelligence check. Not a success. If you fail, his associates have a less friendly chat with you, and you have to suffer 2 damage. Oh dear. But let's suffer damage. I may test. Okay, so let's do this. Let's test my lore to try to prevent some of that damage. Oh, good. And I do not suffer any damage because I rolled 2 successes, so I prevent 2 of that damage. Whew. But I'm starting to get down to the nitty-gritty here because she has not got very much health or sanity. She can only take 1 health and 1 sanity left, and then she is gone for the rest of the game. Okay, so now he is going to take an Easttown card. And where are we? The police station. Sheriff Engel doesn't seem to believe your stories about horrible monsters. Test your intelligence, which is only 2 dice. Not a success. La-da-da-da-da. Either test or plead your case. To plead your case, or spend 1 remnant to show him some proof. If you pass or spend the remnant, the sheriff gives you a gun and a badge. You have now become the deputy of Arkham and gained a service piece. Oh, okay. Oh, cool. So I will spend the remnant then instead of running the... Because I misread that. And I become the deputy of Arkham. And I get a new gun. Well, that seems pretty cool. Let's try that. So, deputy of Arkham. Cool. It's a new card. And I get the service piece. Oh, wow. I can keep just adding more to my attacks. Sweet. Sweet. Okay, so he's beefing up. I can't lose Roland. He is beefing up pretty good. Like that. Okay. Okay, that was the encounter phase. Mythos phase, because why not? Roland, what you got? 2 tokens left in the bag here. Newspaper and a monster. What's your newspaper? Curfew established. You suffer 1 damage for each monster in your neighborhood. Oh, okay. So that's not bad because there's no... And then a monster appears. And that is going to be, the Ghoul Acolyte. Look at that nasty thing. Where are we going? Spawn at the unstable space. The unstable space is going to be Hibbs Roadhouse because that thing has been nasty. It's been a good place to spawn lots of monsters this particular game. Okay, and I don't think that there's any tokens left in the bag. So for Agnes, though, it's all a bunch of wonder of what's going to happen in here. Okay, let's take a look. 2 tokens. Gate burst and a clue. Oh my gosh. So gate burst in Uptown. So doom. Whoops, that's another. and a doom. Discard pile gets shuffled and put at the bottom, and then we have to do a clue. And then a clue is going to get spawned in Rivertown. Da-da-da-da, boom, like that. Okay. Okay, this one's starting to 2.5 hours in. But we're making progress. We're making progress, I promise you, because we've got 3 of the cultists defeated. We just need to get the other 2 here. Well, let's make our way. Let's start making our way to that. Okay, so let's go with... Let's try to get Roland moving, I think. So let's go. 1, 2. And we spend $2 to get going an extra couple spaces, which is not bad. Really wish I could go an extra space. But I think that is that. Unless we really double down in one location. If we both end. She's 1, 2, 3. She's the same distance away from that down one. Maybe we double down in a location. Yeah, sure. Why not? Let's do that. He'll do a lore. So we'll do a 3 check. And get rid of 1 doom in his location before he moves. 1. And I'm just going to go up. I'm going to go up into that space up there, 2. And then Agnes is going to... Gosh, what should you do? Actually, no, he should end off in the same space as her. That's what I should have done. And then... exchange any number of positions with other investigators in your space. So she can do a trade action with me. So she can take like 1, 2, 3. Yeah, let's take 4 of the 5 remnants. And then she can also do she doesn't have any clues or do anything like that. We can just do a... Oh, yeah, let's just I'm going to focus her lore. Try to give her an extra lore and get rid of that strength. Let's do it that way. Yeah. Because then there's... Oh, wait, there is a monster. And they're going to go towards the... Oh, place 1... Oh, they don't move. They actually just keep placing doom. They place a doom on the place. Uh-oh, maybe I shouldn't have moved so far away. Okay, anyways. So we're going to do encounters. So Roland, he's at that place. You don't know what you did to insult the guy, but the next thing you know, you're getting a wine bottle cracked across your fizz. Hey, someone shouts. How about you pick on someone your own size? Soon you both land face down in the street. You suffer 2 damage, but gain an ally. Okay, so 2 damage, but gain an ally. That seems pretty cool because I already have an ally. Gabriel Carrillo may perform 1 additional action during your turn. What? That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I think I can have as many... I don't think there's an ally limit in this game, but I'm just going to do a quick double check here. Da-da-da. Now, as a type of asset represented by an ally card or special card, all rules that apply to assets apply to allies. So, asset, there are 5 types of assets. Assets are represented by ally card. All assets, regardless of type, share some attributes. No, my God. Betty. doesn't say that there's an asset limit. So, boom, I'm just going to keep them around. Nice. But they can be traded. Okay, so now it's going to be her encounter card. Perfect. The high stakes poker game seems more tense than usual. Test observation. So that's going to be 3. 2 successes. If you pass, you exploit the unease with the other players you feel and gain another $3. Wow, she's swimming in cash. Too bad she can't do anything with it. Whether you pass or fail, the Wolfman spawns Spawn the set-aside Wolfman. Drew monster engaged with you and return this card to the archive. So Wolfman has come out and engaged with her. Ooh, he can recover health too. Dang. Okay, so those are those mythos. Let's keep the mythos thing going. And we got another clue, and we've got a monster. Okay, clue going into East Town. That's the 3rd clue token in East Town. La-da-da-da-da. Whoops. Monster. What's the next monster? Whoops. Nightmarish Fiend. Ooh, terrifying. Terrifying. Where are you spawning? Spawn at a street nearest its prey. Move towards engage lowest willpower. Okay, so lowest willpower. So nearest street. Most likely be that one right there. Okay. Fantastic. Oh gosh, no, that's too. Wait, I need 2 more. I need 2 more tokens. Oh my goodness gracious! And another monster and a blank. Oh, the big guys are coming out now. The Abysmal Servant. Street nearest prey. Move towards engaging vision with the most clues. So let's just assume that they're kind of in that street blocking our pathway down to get that guy. All right, Wolfman should have done that. Alrighty. Well, let's try to take care of Wolfman here, because I think Roland is going to do his thing, and he will attack Wolfman Drew, because Roland can fire off like a crap ton of things, like a bunch of things. Strength is 3, and we have to lose 1 off of him, but I get 2 from my 38 special, and another 2 part of this attack action. Perfect. So I get to roll 6 dice to try to get 3 successes. Essentially only 2, because Lita is going to also do a damage if I do at least 1 damage. Ho boy. Well, I got 1 success. Lucky rabbit's foot. That is not a success. So I guess I only do 1. I do 2 damage to the Wolfman, which is not the greatest. I am going to move, but I don't want to get those 2 guys in with me. So let's just try going 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, sure. I'm going to spend $2 and kind of go 1, 2, 3, 4 over this way. Agnes is going to have to attack. And luckily her strength is only at... Well, we can spend a remnant to do Storm of Spirits. Since you spend a remnant, we're going to roll 6 dice. And perfect. We got a bunch of successes to take care of the wolf man himself. Perfect. So he's gone. And that places another token down here. So that's now 4 tokens out of the 5 that we need. Oh my gosh. Let's keep it going. So that was 1 attack. And now we need to move as well. Okay, so we're going to go 1, 2. We're going to come down with, we're going to join Roland and spend the $2 as well. Just to kind of, to kind of keep on there. Okay. Monsters. They're moving, obviously. Move towards an engaged investigator with the most clues. Neither person has the most clues. So we'll just put you with Roland then. Haha. And then Nightmare is also going to move towards and engage the lowest willpower. Well, they both have the lowest willpower as well. So how about he's got, oh gosh, he's got 4 hits as well. I don't want to lose Roland, so we will just engage you with her. And then they're going to deal damage, which is unfortunate, but Roland will take a hit. Sure, we'll take a hit. And, ooh, 2 sanity. Oh gosh, no, whoa, no, 2 sanity. Well, goodbye, teacher, and the teacher really doesn't really do much. I can put him on Lita. The teacher wasn't really doing much for me, so I'll put him down over there. Phew. And then she's gonna take 2 hits. So Agnes is defeated. Agnes is gone. That sucks. So when an investigator is defeated, this is a big thing. Let's go for defeated. Dun damage. Destination devoured. Oh gosh, investigate. Maybe it's under investigators. HI. Attributes. Defeated. If you suffered damage equal to exceeding your health, or you have suffered horror equal to exceeding your sanity, you are defeated. When you are defeated, disengage all monsters, exhaust them, and discard all of your cards and tokens, and return your investigator sheet to the investigator token to the box, and place 1 doom on the scenario sheet. So a doom will come onto the scenario sheet. And then your investigators are defeated. You must select a new investigator who will join the game at the beginning of the next action phase. Yeah. Okay. So Agnes is gone. And so is all of her stuff and all of her tokens. What did you do? They come down here, unengaged. All of this stuff is gone. Boop, boop, boop. So are her cards. Which one was a spell, and these other ones were her own special cards. And she is gone. Which now, at the beginning of the next investigator phase, we're gonna have to get a new person that joins the ranks, which is kind of neat. Okay, so that was the monsters doing their nasty, nasty business. No encounter phase is going to happen this time because, boom, he is encountered. He's got. So now we're just going to do our mythos, but at least we only just do 2 because there's no investigator here. So we're going to add a doom. That's another. So we're at 6 out of the 8. And we have to do a newspaper, which is going to be, oh my gosh, for each item you have, you suffer 1 damage unless you discard that item. Oh my gosh. My gosh. So how much damage do I have? I got 1, 2, 3, 4. So if I took it all, that's 3. That would defeat me. Unless if I get rid of Rabbit's Foot. I can discard Rabbit's Foot. And then take 2 damage. Which one of those damage could be just to take care of this card, which was one of Roland's special cards. And then the other one I'll just put on Roland. So now he's at 5 damage out of the 7. I just wanted to keep those ones around. Eek. All right, top of the thing. Okay, so we got a new investigator. Oh gosh, big choices ahead. Where are they? Ugh. Okay, well, since we're going to be going into the late stages of the game, you may... Another investigator. You seem like a good chance. Sure. Well, how about... Oh, wait, you might be actually pretty good, too. Ooh. Sure. Let's bring in old Tommy Muldoon into the game. We'll find Tommy's cards. Because Tommy starts with $2 and Becky, which I believe is some sort of, I think it's one of his weapons. Let's find Tommy. Let's find old Tommy boy in here. There he is. Actually, he's right on top. Perfect. So he starts off with Becky, which is his item. And he also starts with either his motorcycle or handcuffs. Once per round after you damage or disengage, you defeat them. Oh, gosh. Instead of a normal move action, you may move up to 3 spaces. Oh, he can move faster. That might be cool. Sure. Let's move faster around the place. Okay. So we got Tommy here. Okay, so let's take actions. So, oh right, and I need his standee, I guess, which would be somewhere in here. Tommy, and you have to start where, Tommy? You have to start at the... Oh, there was the old... Where are you? Why is he not in here? There he is. You have to start at the general store. That's where the game started for us. Okay. So, Tommy... What can you do for us? Oh, I guess, yes. This guy should have, at the end of the monster phase, should have readied and then come engaged with Roland. So let's do some, okay, so Tommy's going to move over. 1. Let's fight some monsters. Let's do some big old swings here. Strength does 3. Let's attack, I don't know, Abyssal Servant. Okay, so we do 3. We got to go -1. But Becky gets you a +4 as a part of this attack action. So let's try to get as many successes on Abyssal Servant as possible. Come on, baby. 1 success? Are you kidding me? That was a 4. Well, then, okay, that's just 1 damage on Abyssal Servant. And I guess that's all that's what he did on his turn. He moved into that space and then tried to attack and did not do very well. So now, Roland, what are you going to do here, buddy? We may as well try to attack as much as possible here. Because you are going to get defeated as well. So let's try attacking Abyssal Servant. So you get 3. -1, but then +3 for your 38 special, and another +2 from your service. So I'll actually get to roll 1 extra dice here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom. So Abyssal Servant is gone. Get a remnant token for that. And I'm going to have to try to evade this guy here, which we are going to roll 4 dice, 5 dice, because we're now the deputy. And, oh, right, we have to lose 1 because of that. So 4 dice to become unengaged. And we get a success, so we will unengage with him. Perfect, so don't take any damage. Let's go with monsters, which essentially he's just going to ready, and then he's going to lowest will, which is still both of us. So we'll just engage with Roland again. Oh, no. Yeah, that's just at the very end. So no encounters. Tommy can take an encounter at the graveyard. Hey, and it's a clue. Okay, Ghoul catches you, but only wants to talk about its old life. If you pass, it is grateful for listening for fire and treasures and information you get. You gain $3 and 1 clue from your neighborhood. If you fail, it's bleak. Okay, so we have to test willpower, which is 3 dice, and we have to try to pass it. Which we do not pass it, because we don't have any ways of rerolling that. So this is just going to get shuffled back into the top 2. Okay, and then we're into the mythos, which we're getting down to having bad things happen to us again. Doom and blank. So Doom is going to spread to Rivertown. And that's going to go to the graveyard, which is where we are. And, all right, it was a Doom and a blank. And then the other 2 are going to be another Doom and a blank. East Town at, of course, Hibbs again. Oh, and I keep forgetting about this monster. He should have actually placed a Doom, which actually would have caused that to outbreak. So 1, 2, and then 1 comes down on here. Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh, oh, gosh, oh, gosh. Forgot about that. Okay. Back to the top. Okay, we need to get down there, and so let's try doing this mitt full of dice again. So Roland's going to attack. So 1, 2, 3, loses 1, but gets another 3 because there's a remnant token on there, and then another 2. So we're going to roll an extra dice if possible. And we only get 1, but here's the extra dice. We get 1 success out of the 7. Oh my gosh. Yeah, 1 success out of the 7. That's disgusting. And then I guess we will disengage with it, try to disengage with them, I'm guessing. So we don't take any of the damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dice to try to disengage. Which we do get some successes, so we do disengage with them, at least. Tommy, he's going to move. He's got the motorcycle, so he can move 3 spaces. Go 1, 2, and then I'm just going to end off in here. And then we may as well try to take care of some of that. Try to take care of some of that doom. All right, 2. Perfect. He gets a remnant. Oh boy. Okay. Monster phase unengaged. That is good. Which now, boom, he comes engaged again. Ah. Oh, I guess I did a damage against him, so Lita should have actually dealt a 2nd damage to him. That's actually decent, I guess. I guess we're going into the encounter phase, which only Tommy Boy here is going to take care of at Hangman's Hill. Robed figures meet in the cemetery, test willpower, which looks like it's 3 dice. We get a success. If you pass, you find something they leave behind. Again, an item, common item. Whether or not you pass or fail, set aside Ruth Turner at the St. Mary's Hospital and return this card to the archive. Boom. Okay, so then she is engaged with us. I'm going to assume. And I forgot to do this as well, again, because I forgot to put the doom up on this monster. Ugh. Well, at least we found the 5th person that we need to get rid of. Okay. That was the encounter phase. Mythos. Whew. Let's keep it going here. Okay. So doom in a newspaper. South Side at the Historical Society, which is going to cause an outbreak. Oh boy. Which is, that's the 8th one on my scenario sheet. So it says when there are 8 or more doom on this scenario sheet, flip this card. If card 10 is still in the codex, flip that card before continuing. So card 10 is not in our codex. Shadows gather around Hangman's Hill, a deep and unaccountable darkness that sends people and animals fleeing for their homes. The shadows form a shape that is too dark to resolve, or too fluid, or too awful to contemplate. Umoroth is coming. Take card 19 and add card 18 to the codex. Okay, so 19 and 18. 18 and 19 is Umoroth has come. That's nasty. Okay, let's take a look at what's going on with this. I'm sorry. Okay, so he is at Hangman's Hill. Shoop, like that. And let's read number 18 here. The reason for the mysterious disappearances stands revealed as shapeless enormity of Umordorth stalks Arkham. Everywhere it goes, it consumes corpses, worshippers, livestock, townsfolk. The devourer below makes no distinction. It eats everything and everyone in its path, yet some intelligence guides its movements. As it draws inexorably closer to you, you can feel its hunger clawing at your mind, twinned to the hatred more intense than merely mortal. Umordorth hungers, but it's your flesh in particular it craves. Umordorth's epic monster's health is reduced by 2 for each marker on the scenario sheet. After Umordorth's epic monster is defeated, flip card 12. When there's 15 or more doom on this scenario sheet, flip this card. Okay, so it didn't tell me to get rid of the doom that is on there. Okay. It's reduced by what? Okay, wait. So we hear 8. Oh gosh, 8 health plus. Has 4 additional health per investigator. Yikes. But it also said something, health is reduced by 2 for each marker on the oh, these. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's reduced by 8. That's on the scenario sheet. Okay, that's actually really good. So his health is going to be 8, I guess. Yeah, his health will be 8 because it's 8 plus 4 plus 4. So it's 16, but minus 8. Yep. Okay. As you attack Umordorth, you may spend any number of clues from the scenario sheet to deal that much additional. Oh, okay, so I should have been actually trying to get some clues onto here because I could have actually spent some clues to get some additional damage. Okay, okay. Well, this ends up being fairly interesting. Okay, so then this goes back over here. And so now we have to do the newspaper token, which that's bad timing. Oh, spawn another monster in another investigator's space. A corpse taker. That doesn't sound very nice. Boom. Like that. Fantastic. That's nasty. Okay. Well then, let's keep the good times rolling, I guess. Tommy boy, you've got Ruth Turner. Can reduce this. So if I can defeat Ruth Turner, I could essentially reduce the number of hit points that Umordorth has. So that sounds pretty good. Let's try that. Why not? Let's try that. So let's attack Ruth. I got 3 plus 4. So that's going to be 7. So I only have 6 dice. Okay, so 3 successes, which is all I need to defeat Ruth. Okay, so she's defeated. That's another marker onto the sheet. So that is, so reduces health by 10. So he only has 6 hit points. Then that's fantastic. And I can't do much else other than try to disengage from Umordorth, which means I only have to roll, I would be rolling 2 dice. I do disengage from him. But he's always in this space. So, and it says he's never exhausted. Massive. Engages and attacks each investigator in its space. It cannot be exhausted. So why? So am I missing something about disengaging? I think I might have missed a rule about disengagement then. Because I'm just kind of staying put. Staying put. To disengage a monster you are engaged with, placing you are no longer engaged. Only if you are engaged with it. Okay. Okay, after the invade action. The invade action is blah. Sex a roll. One monster of your choice. Each monster has an evade modifier that affects the number of dice. One or more monsters. If you are engaged with worst modifier. Okay. Okay. I don't see anything here. Okay, I don't know if I'm missing anything about engagement then and disengagement. The only actions you can perform. Okay. Okay. Yeah, it says evade, disengage, and exhaust monsters equal to the test result. If you evade all... it says right here, I get to perform one additional action. So after I did... I've been missing that. I haven't been doing that at all. So I guess I could move away from this particular person. Kind of going like... Yeah. Let's try like that. Okay, yeah, so then he's just going to move. Okay. Oh, I guess I'm not even anywhere near my thing. So I move Tommy from Mordorth over to here. Okay. Well, that's that phase. I don't think I do any. No, I didn't do anything with Roland then. So I disengaged. So I defeated the one guy, disengaged, and then I moved. The Roland character is going to have to do something about these things that are on him, because that is nasty, nasty business. So let's try it doing the attack. So 3 minus 1 plus 3 plus 2. So I get to roll 1 extra dice. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so this guy is defeated. This guy is defeated. Boom. Remnant token. Doesn't really matter. That's good. And Corpse Taker here, we should probably try to evade them. Since I get to roll 5, I get to roll 4 dice to do the evade. And I do evade them. And I do get to take an extra action. So I will go... Yeah. You know what? I keep forgetting to put Doom tokens up on here. I'm pretty sure that that's going to be a thing. I'm going to go 1. I'm going to go 2 down here. Yeah. Okay, let's do that. All right. Monsters. He's just going to ready. That's all he's going to do. And then Mordorth is just going to... He needs to move 1 space towards the nearest investigator, which would be right here. So he's going to just kind of move 1 step closer. Okay. And then encounters. Tommy's at the general store. Let me just read this quickly. can buy common items from the general store, which I don't know if there's many common items. Camera. Nope, that can really help me. Grimm's Fairy Tales. Not really going to help me. So, plus I can't afford them anyways. So, that's that. And then you actually get to maybe find a clue at the South Church. Oh, he just gains a clue. And you can see that the priest's faith has been shaken. Oh, yeah. Spend $1 to recover 3 sanity. That's beautiful. Yeah, that works way better. That works way better. Okay, that's the encounter phase. Mythos phase is looking like we're going to have to replenish and bad things are going to happen to us. Oh boy. I'm trying to speed things along because it's getting quite late here. But I knew this was going to happen tonight. Okay, Roland. Boom, boom. Newspaper and clue. I don't know what the newspaper is going to be. Test willpower. So that's 3 dice. It's 2 successes. Suffer 3 damage, but prevent 1 damage for each success that you roll. So I only take 1 damage then. Okay, sure. And then a clue. It's going to go into downtown. Which I don't know if we're ever actually going to get up in that area. Let's go with the next 2 tokens for Tommy. Doom spreading. Oh boy, could just get more doom in Uptown at St. Mary's Hospital. Uptown, St. Mary's Hospital, right there. All right, that's that. Okay, actions. Let's take a look here. We can engage him. Because how much? Okay, so he's got 16 minus 10, so he's only got 6 health. Let's just try to take him this turn. So we'll spend $1 to move an extra space. And he's going to go 1, 2, 3 into his area. And then we are going to attack with a bunch. So we lose 2 dice. So we got strength -2, but +3 because he's got a remnant icon. And +2 more. So we're rolling all 6 dice to try to get as many successes as possible. Oh no. 0. Count that up. 0 successes. 0 successes. That's bad because then he's essentially at the end of this turn, he's gone. Roland's gone at the end of this because of that. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I was not. Dang. Well, good seeing you, Roland. Good seeing you indeed. Okay, Tommy is going to... Okay, we're just going to move in there. And we're going to attack with 3 minus 2. Whoops, sorry. 3 minus 2. And then add 4. So we got 5 dice coming on in. To get... Well, okay. We got 3 hits on Umordorth. out of the 6 that we need. So, if, Roland, if you could have actually done something on your turn, you could have actually, we could have actually maybe won the game. I'm assuming we win the game if we take this thing out. Boom. Okay, so that's done. So that's 2 actions. Monsters. So lots of doom getting placed here, because doom's going to go up here. Boom, boom. So that's going to go 1, 2, 1 on here. So that's another 3 spot. And that's boom, boom. So that's going to be 1. Oh gosh, this is just going to outbreak over and over and over again. And then that's this one too. Oh gosh, yeah. So that's 9, 10, 11. Oh my gosh. Okay, we are not sitting pretty. There's another doom on this one, I think. It says yes. Oh no, wait, lurker. Wait. Move 1 doom from this space to the scenario. Oh, move a doom from this space to the scenario sheet. Okay, so that's up to 12 out of the 15. That I'm assuming that we're going to lose the game. Okay, and then he attacks us. 3 and 3. Bam. So 3 and 3. And 3. Yeah, sanity. We don't lose on sanity, but we will lose out on 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we do. Yeah. Roland is defeated. Oh. Goodbye, Roland. You were good while you lasted, and all of your awesomeness. You did so well for us. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, we lose his clue token too. Dang. Okay, and then so he's gone. And also are all of his cards. Dang. Okay. So that was the monster phase. Encounter phase. No encounter is going to happen because he's engaged with that thing. Mythos, though. Monster and gate break. Like, we need more monsters on the board here. The masked ones. Ew, gross. Spawn at the most doom. Up there. Gosh. And then the gate break, which means we are going to go to downtown and everything's going to get a doom token in downtown. And all of these get shuffled. We either going to lose by doom or we're going to... Tommy, you just better have a freaking epic roll here at the very end here to get rid of this Umoroth guy. Okay. Let's take a look. So, Tommy, you've got one last chance for your actions. You are going to roll. 3 attack, -2 on a Mordorth, but +4 because of your Becky motorcycle. So you're rolling 5 dice, and you need 3 successes in order to win us the game. And you got us 1. You got us 1 success. Okay, so you dealt 1 more damage. Oh, but we have to get a new investigator to join the party. We need somebody that can actually deal some damage. Let's take a look here. Does anybody... Yeah, okay, let's try Michael McGlenn, the mobster. Let's see what you can do, buddy. Let's see what you can do, because you've got high strength. So Michael McGlenn, what do you got? What do you got for cards? Come on, where are you? Okay, there's your cards. Okay, let's see what you can. Let's see what you can do. Let's see what you can do, Michael McGlenn. What do you start with? The Chicago typewriter. I'm assuming that just says some sort of attack. Yes. And then this guy or this guy. As you perform a gather resources action, you may... Okay, or you may perform a move. After you perform, you may deal 2 damage to one monster you are engaged with and 2 damage to this card. Oh! Well then, let's take the old boiler. Let's take that. Let's try. And it says, okay, and he's gonna come onto the. I'm just gonna use Roland again, just because I don't want to find the other card. But what does this say? This says, after you perform a move action, you may deal 2 damage to one monster you are engaged with and 2 damage to this card. Oh, it's kind of like ramming the car in. So here we go. Here's old Michael McGlenn. He's gonna move 1. After you do the move action, you're going to deal 2 damage. Boom. So he kind of drives the car into Amodorth. And that defeats him. Because Amodorth has 16 minus 10 is 6 health. Boom. Kind of just... Michael McGlenn just kind of comes out of absolutely freaking nowhere, drives his car into Amodorth, and Amodorth is defeated... Which does that do anything? Oh, after Amodorth epic monster is defeated, flip card 12. With a final ear-drilling shriek, Amodorth bursts into a cloud of smoke as the weak sunlight of Arkham morning stabs through the clouds. Even the smoke dissipates. The ghouls, what few of them still remain above ground, howl in fear and run looping on all fours for the sewers, caverns, the drain pipes of the city. Knowing that such creatures dwell beneath Arkham, you may never sleep soundly again, but at least you have defeated their god. At least you have shown them that the human beings of the city above are not prey to be feasted upon, but predators to be feared in their own right. The investigators have won the game. Yes, 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 yes. Got it. We did it. Finally. Phew. Only a mere almost 3.5 hours later. If you made it to the end of this video, man, that's got to be worth a like, comment, and subscribe on this, because, man, that was an epic journey. That was actually a pretty epic end to this thing, where this mobster just comes out of freaking nowhere and drives his car straight into Amodorth. Is reduced by 2 for each marker on the scenario sheet. Wow. That's fantastic. Place 1 mark. Yeah. That is so cool. And then, yes, if we would have lost the game if that Doom, all of that Doom. We probably were closer on the Doom than we probably, because I forgot to do the Doom up here a few times, but hey, that's just the way that things go on this. But man, oh man, thank you for joining me again for this lovely Tuesday Halloween evening. Whew, that was a long one. That was a good one though. But man, I'm tired. I'm going to be going to bed here. So thank you everybody joining me for Mista Rau's gaming stream, Arkham Horror, the 3rd edition. Man, that was a great one. I've never played that scenario before, but that was actually a pretty decent one. Took a while. Maybe it would actually go by a little bit quicker if we had a few more investigators instead of just the 2 going around, but I don't know. All right. Have yourselves a great evening, day, afternoon, whenever you decided to watch this video, because man, oh man, I'm tired and you folks deserve it, because then, man, yeah, just like, comment, subscribe. That's all I'm asking. Have a good night, folks. I've been Ryan, Mista Rau's Gaming. Have a good one.